everyone. Please join me in welcoming Steve Kramer, FEV North America Director of Business Development, to discuss why it pays to join the team at FEV. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for having me. So today, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about FEV as a company and definitely some of the talent that we are taking a look at and trying to accomplish over the next couple of years. So with FEV, this is, you know what, we all could probably just get together like a fireside chat in a circle and talk with each other. It's such a big group, so. But as far as FEV is concerned, we're actually an engineering services firm. We got our roots in powertrain development and have been increasing our talents to go into full vehicle technology. On a global basis, the company is about 5,800 people, but what we'd like to talk about today is really increasing our Detroit-based organization from about 450 people to as many as we can grow based upon some of the technologies that we have. So based as a company, FEV is a very diversified engineering services. As you can see above me here, we operate in many different facets of the transportation industry, whether it be from automotive to heavy-duty on-road, off-road, to aerospace, and even some of the advanced technology applications. What we're looking for is taking our business units and increasing those activities with engineers, technicians, program managers, and so forth. If you take a look at FEV's business units, these are the global organization business units that we have across the globe. So whether you're in Detroit, you're at our headquarters in Aachen, Germany, you're in our engineering centers in China, Pune, or down in Brazil, we're looking for people in all different aspects of these. What I'd like to do is break them up into 3 different activities for you. The first is going to be propulsion for advanced. The next one is going to be in our electrical and electronics group. And our last one is going to be in the vehicle software and testing solutions activities that we have highlighted here. So first off, if I can share with you on the advanced propulsion technologies, FEV not only designs and develops, but we also do implementation, integration, and validation of those technologies that you see up there. This goes into standard engines, IC engines, into transmission and drive lines, and into future activities such as hybrids and applications. As we look forward to these activities that you see around you, we're actually looking for a lot of calibration and controls engineers, some program managers, but this is both in the design aspect as well as the application and development aspect for the organization. Similarly, as we look into future mobility, if you go upstairs, FEV actually has a booth upstairs. Automobile D has a section in the back left corner with vehicles and different activities. FEV actually has a stand, and what we're trying to show is that e-mobility, autonomous applications, and full vehicle designs are the wave of the future. They're coming. Whether we like it or not, it's going to be there, whether it ramps in fast, ramps in on a drastic level, or a medium level, there's still a need for them. And as we're moving forward and progressing, a lot of those activities fall into this future mobility aspect, right? So if you take e-mobility on the top left, this falls into hybrid applications from mild to full BEVs. And the need there for us is also controls and calibration engineers. But the big thing is system integrators. How do you take this component and make them all work into an application? So that's a very strong activity that FEV has, where we're looking at increasing our resource base to be able to support those clients that you see in the first slide, from the transportation industry, from automotive to heavy duty and trucking. Similarly, on the right-hand side, on the very top, you see the smart and connected vehicle. A lot of people are talking about autonomous applications, where those levels are, what's going to be the level of autonomy. Will I be able to just sit back, put my hands in my lap, look at my phone, and have the car take me from point A to point B? That's the future. That is coming. And FEV is actually in the development space for those activities. And what we're looking for is truly additional systems engineers, but it really falls into software engineers, right? Because you can take all the cameras and the differential GPS and LiDAR and all these different technologies that you hear, but you have to make them work together. And that's where FEV really shines for our clients, is being able to bring all that technology together and bringing it into a succinct motor operant. So what we're looking for in there is also functional safety software engineers to make sure that you have that safety and also that connectivity, but also keeping it from being hacked from a cybersecurity standpoint. So lots of software engineering needs. As part of our engineering services, we had talked about being a developer on the right-hand side, and then on the left-hand side was being validation engineers. Validation engineers falls into a lot of testing needs. And so you'll see on the left-hand side, these are actually products that FEV provides in the industry for testing solutions, whether it's engines, transmissions, full vehicle applications. And there we need a lot of process and facility engineers to help us not only designate what the building should look like, but all the hardware, all the technology, and how to make it go from A to B and flow such that we have a resulting product at the end. On the right-hand side of your screen, this is actually our test facilities that we have at FEV. And this is where we need commissioning engineers, technicians, application folks, and people that can make all these test systems run within FEV. The last slide I want to show you was our consultancy slide. And this is really where our individuals go into C-suite level people like Bill Ford out here and basically help him take a look at technology roadmaps or what kind of mergers and acquisitions should be happening or where their product should be in 10 to 15 years from now. And so we're looking for additional advisory clients to help the transportation industry and that C-suite level individuals progress forward. So my last slide, the guy right here sitting there, wave and say hi to the crowd, Tim. And his counterpart and his bodyguard, Ryan, these are our recruiter gentlemen from FEV. They're here today. We also are upstairs at the vehicle pod, courtesy and thank you very much to Automobile D. Look forward to seeing individuals and see if we can be supportive and bring some resources on board to help us. Our growth perspective is strong within FEV. We're hoping to be able to grow another 10 to 20% just in 2019, and we can't do it without good people. And so we're hoping to be able to find those individuals out in the crowd and everyone in the industry. Thank you. Any questions? Yes, please. So, you know, it's when you look at, if you said we were just an engine company with just engine transmissions, it doesn't have that appeal to a lot of the younger guys. A lot of younger guys are saying, hey, can I go to the Googles? Can I go to the Apples? Because they're on the forefront of technology. The great thing is that's where FEV is also. You know, we're looking at the e-mobility hybrids, we're looking at the autonomous space, we're developing these pieces, and we're finding out that a lot of our talent actually has an interest in coming back to the Detroit area. They're hearing a lot from their friends that Detroit isn't what it used to be 15 years ago. It's now emerging as a place you want to live in, a place you want to be in. You know, you see companies like Ford picking up the train station and saying we're growing, we're investing into the city, we're investing in our people. And we think that a lot of young engineers see that and say, I want to be on the forefront of technology, but also want to be in a growing, sprawling environment. So I think it's actually a benefit for us when we're looking for talent. Yes, sir.
What kind of role do you see for apprenticeships in IT and engineering at FEV in the future?
Thank you very much. So we know that there's a certain set, we can't do it alone, right? We can't be a jack of all trades. We can't be everything to everyone. And so not only are we looking for specific talent, but we're looking to team up with specific companies. So for instance, last week at CES, we actually had teamed up with a few companies to show how teaming up can bring technology forward. So we teamed up with a company called Global Weather, where they're indicating what type of weather situations around the world that feeds into our autonomous vehicles so we know how to drive in certain conditions. There's a company called Understand AI, and these are looking at artificial intelligence when you're looking at objects with your autonomous vehicle, how to identify them but really implement it through artificial intelligence. And so our engineers are seeing that as it's an extension of them, but it's also an opportunity for them to grow and watch these companies grow together. All right. Well, everyone has an additional 5 minutes of the day to spend. So that means coffee break, time to share. But I want to thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you today. Thank you.